quiet. This is what's in the middle. I need you to make some noise. Well, maybe I am in the right place. What's in the middle? Guess what? I said, guess what? I'm back.
Most exciting youth motivation speakers. He is the former creative director for So Deaf Recordings. He is the author of one of the best-selling artist development books, The 10 Commandments of the Stage. All the way from Atlanta, Georgia, put your hands together for the Star Maker, Mr. One Man Show, the ambassador of the ATL.
But it's showtime. And if you don't know what that means, let me explain. You see, for the next 30 minutes, you don't have to worry about any teachers, homework, or classes. All you got to do is have a good time with me. Can you do that? Well, since you can do that, I'm going to need everybody from here to here to make as much noise as you possibly can. Y'all better get your hands up. Oh, they had to bring me back. I'm back again. I remember you guys. Oh, I remember. Oh, my goodness. Now listen, I see some new faces out here. So, just in case you didn't hear over all that noise, my name is Sarad, and this is the 5-in-1 Stop Bullying and Anti-Drug Tour. Now, you can remember, I got a whole lot of fun for you, but we don't have a whole lot of time, so we got to get right into the program. Now, I always like to start off with two questions. Two questions. First question, how many of you guys like history? History. Oh, okay, that's a few hands. Second question, how many of you guys like music? Well, you really gotta like this, because not only is it a history lesson, it's a musical history lesson. That's right, we're getting ready to take you on a musical journey. We're going to show you how music has changed from way back then to now. Now you see this curtain? Well, behind that curtain are some crazy guys. If you remember, I got some crazy guys. They are crazy over you. Well, they're just itching to come out and do their thing. But before I can let them come out and do their thing, there's a couple things I got to run past you. And it's going to take me about 5 minutes. Speaking of 5 minutes, That's why it's called the 5 and Fun tool. Let me tell you how it works. If you can sit quietly for about 5 minutes, we'll have some fun. I'm going to repeat. If you can sit quietly for 5 minutes, we're going to have some fun. Remember, this is school. We can't have the Fun and Fun tour. It has to be 5 and Fun because you can't have too much fun. It's got to be something education. So, I'm here to educate you. All right? So, I know it's hard for you guys to sit quietly for those 5 minutes because you got a lot of energy. And when I was your age, I had a lot of energy too. Also had a lot of talent. A whole lot of talent. Matter of fact, my talent was so good, I ended up getting a job in Atlanta, Georgia, working for a record label by the name of So Deaf. Now, some of you guys might have heard of it. Haven't heard of it, it's not important. But working for that record label, I met a whole lot of celebrities. I met some of everybody. Probably a lot of people you never heard of. And you guys ever heard of an usher? Yeah! You ever heard of Usher? Well, you might know another guy I did some work with. You guys ever heard of a Snoop Dogg? Snoop Dogg? Y'all pretty hip. Y'all heard of Usher, Snoop Dogg, and surely you heard of Lil Wayne. Okay. I don't want to leave the ladies out. I've done work for Alicia Keys and Beyonce as well. Now, working for the record label, that was real exciting. That was fun. But somebody told me when I was about your age, they said, Rod, you can have all that energy, you can have all that talent, but if you don't use your power of choice, none of that will ever serve you. Somebody say power of choice. Now I want you to say it like you really mean it. Say power of choice. Kids, listen. Did you guys know that your individual choice is more powerful than anything in the whole wide world? It's even more powerful than Superman, Batman, the X-Men, and Avengers all put together. Yeah. You know why? You know why? Because no one can make you do anything unless you choose to do it. Now myself, your principal, your teachers, your counselors, we got a couple right choices we're going to run past you today. And as I said, if you can sit quietly for a few minutes, we're going to have some fun. All right, let me run the first right choice past you. You know, last month was Red Ribbon Week. It was last week? It was last week. I've been doing a lot of schools doing Red Ribbon Month. To me, it's Red Ribbon Month. Because I did like 15, 20 schools. But, you know what that's for, Red Ribbon Month? Week? Drug awareness, exactly. So, we want you to choose to say no to drugs. Now, it would be too easy if I just asked you to say no to illegal drugs. Anybody and everybody tell you that. You hear that all the time. But on Sir Rod, I put a little spin on it because not only I want you to say no to illegal drugs, there's some legal drugs I want you guys to stay away from. Can somebody tell me what a legal drug is? What? Crack is not legal. It's legal. Say crack, that's not legal. Cigarettes, that's a good one. Alcohol, that's another good one. All right, listen. Prescription pills, yep, all that. All right. I know you all got your own preference for each of the legal drugs, but there's 3 that I'm going to touch base on today. Because no one hardly ever talks about these things, but I see that they're just as bad to me as the illegal stuff. Let me tell you why. The first one I want to talk about is alcohol. Alcohol. Now you see this on TV, in the you see college parties where they have you convinced the only way to have fun is you got to have some alcohol at a party. Well, I hate to bust your bubble, but that's not true. That's a lie. Why do they want you to try to convince you that you have to have alcohol to have fun? Why? Money. That's right. Money. Listen. I'm going to save you guys a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy. Also, it's probably even more safe than drinking. If you want to be just as drunk as everybody in the party, but you're not going to drink because Sir Rod told you not to, but you still, for some reason, you want to feel just like everybody else. You want to be part of the crowd. All you got to do, and I'm telling you, you'll be just like the rest of them. Next time you go to a party and they're drinking, but you're not, because I told you not to, but you still want to do it, you got to stand in the middle of the doorway just before you go into the party, because if you do it out in the parking lot, you may not make it. Right in the middle of the doorway, just before you go into the party, stop, spin around 100 times. Then walk on in. Now, does that sound like fun? What happens if you spin too much? You throw up. Anybody seen anybody get drunk and throw up before? Exactly. That's exactly right. Let me tell you. The only thing alcohol does is save you the trouble of spinning. It spins your head for you. Now, what happens if you get behind the wheel of a car and your head is spinning? That's right, you'll crash. So, it seems like a waste of money and a waste of energy unless you just really want to spin around, save you money, just spin. Now, what do you think I want you guys to say if somebody offers you a drink? No, exactly. Now, listen. I got another one. This was real personal to me. Cigarettes. Cigarettes. Now, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I lost my mother to cigarettes and cancer. Yeah, I did. And when you see those commercials, when they say 1,200 people die a day from smoking cigarettes, I'm here to tell you it's real. You see, after the show today, I won't be able to call my mom and say, Mom, those kids at Western, they were off the chain. Man, they were crazy. We had such a good time, Mom. But I can't. And Thanksgiving is right around the corner. No mom. Christmas, no mom. Birthday, Mother's Day, no mom. All because of a cigarette. Another thing about cigarettes, and I don't tell you that to bum you out. Just want you guys to wrap your head around this. Another thing about cigarettes, and you're about that age right now, I guarantee you, people are going to offer you drinks, cigarettes, and everything. If you ever get on cigarettes, hooked on cigarettes, you can never get off. They say that you can, but I believe you can never get off cigarettes. You know why? You may physically stop smoking, but your mind is going to be thinking cigarette all the time. Whenever you get stressed, oh, my dog died, I need a cigarette. Oh, I can't pay my light bill, oh, I need a cigarette. So it's going to always be stress, it's going to always be with you for the rest of your life. So who wants that kind of pressure? Pressure to smoke something that can kill you. So, what do you guys think I want you guys to say if somebody offers you a cigarette? No, exactly. All right, I got one more, and then we get to the fun. Now, I need some audience participation. I like this setup because this makes it real easy. I need this half right here to raise your hand. Raise your hand. I need this half over here to look at this half with their hands raised. All right? All right, you can put your hands down. I went to a school here in Kentucky, and this is God's honest truth, that half the school were orphans because their mother and their father were dead, not in jail, not locked away, not on vacation. They were dead from taking prescription meds and pills, oxycodone and all that other stuff. Prescription pills. Anybody know what prescription means? Doctor's directions. Basically, it's instructions for a pill. What is a pill or medicine without a prescription? No, it's a drug with a prescription because you need it to try to help. You know, the doctor usually prescribes it for an ailment. Without a prescription, it's nothing more than poison. It's nothing more than poison. You might as well just take rat poison. Same end result. Because certain medications, you can't drink different juices or alcohol, or some you can't even take water with. So you pick up, somebody offer you something, and then you take it because you're trying to get a feeling, and you end up dead. And there's too many stars. You're not Superman. Name how many stars. Elvis. You can even contribute to Michael Jackson and all the rest. Whitney Houston. So many stars gone because of pills. So, what do you guys think I want you guys to say when somebody offers you a pill? Exactly, no. Now, to wrap this up, you guys, I promise you, somebody's going to offer you something. You're at that age. Middle school is the proper time for the cigarette, and alcohol, and the pills, and all that other stuff. Don't start. I know they make it look like it's fun, but they only, at the end of the day, the drug dealer, the cigarette companies, and the alcohol people, they only want one thing from you. They could care less about your life. What do you think they want? Money. Give yourselves a round of applause. Alright, finally, we can have a little fun. Now, some of you guys remember this, but for those new faces, I gotta go through the whole spiel. We're gonna start our musical journey. We're gonna do a musical journey, but we're gonna start it in the 1950s. Yeah, we gotta go all the way back to the 1950s. Now, it is common knowledge. Everybody knows the only way to get back to the 1950s is in a time machine. Yeah. But I was coming through some mountains coming up here. My old time machine fell over and it broke. But you guys got lucky. I was able to go into Family Dollar and I picked up a new time machine. It was the last one. They discontinued them, but it was the last one Family Dollar had. I paid like $10 for it. But they said it could get us back to the 1950s. Now, it's a new time machine. I haven't operated this time before. It's a Sony, and I have a Patterson. So I gotta go back here and figure out how to run this time machine. But before I do it, because I see some people yarning over here, this person got a pillow out and he's sleeping. Wake up. I'm gonna need everybody. See, I'm a pretty good actor. Everybody always falls and fall for that. See? I need everybody right now to make some noise. I hope you guys enjoy the next part of the program. I'll see you for the next 5, all right? See you in a second.
And was soon named the Godfather of Soul. Now I need everybody to put their hands together and give it up for Mr. James. I'm getting ready to sing. So well-versed in anyone has a history. Sounds and knowledge is pleased to bring to the stage for you right now. Please put your hands together. Please make some noise. Give it up for Michael.
cheap. It's my microphone. It's my microphone. And I bought a cheap one. Because I know it gotta be cheap, because I said give it up for Michael Jackson, y'all. Now, I got another 5, and then we got some more fun. And the next one, oh my goodness, it's gonna be crazy. Oh my goodness. I almost don't want to do it. It's gonna be crazy. So, let's get through this next 5 real quick. So, you know how it works. I need you to be quiet for a few minutes. I have another right choice. Another right choice. We want you guys to choose to live by something what we call the golden rule. The golden rule. Now, I know some of you guys know what the golden rule is. I see a few hands up. But for those who don't know, it's basically treat people the way you want to be treated. But you know, I know people aren't doing that this day and time. You know how I know? You want to know how I know? Because if they were doing that, there'd be absolutely no need for the word bullying. But the word exists. Now you guys are pretty hip. You knew about Usher, Snoop Dogg, and Lil Wayne. If I was to ask you what a bully is, you'd probably give me the standard answer. Treating people mean, taking their lunch money, throwing them in the locker and locking them up. Yes, all that is bullying and all that is bad. But kids, did you guys know there's actually 4 different types of bullies? Now the first 3, I'm pretty sure you guys are really familiar with those. I'm just going to touch base on those real quick. I'm just going to touch real quick on each one of those first 3. But that last one, no one hardly ever talks about this one. So I really want to spend a little more time on that last type of bully. So let's get through it real quick so we can get to the fun. First type of bully is the physical bully. Now you see this in cartoons and television shows all the time. It's basically a bigger kid picking on a smaller, weaker kid. But did you guys know this? The older you get, the less you're going to see this. By the time you get in high school, you hardly see it at all. You want to know why? Because, I think you got the answer, but listen. Kids grow at different rates. So it could be a senior. This guy could be short. He might come from a long line of short people. His mom was short, his dad was short, his great-great-great-granddaddy was short, everybody's short. So, but now you might have a freshman or a kid just coming into high school. He could be really big, like Shaq, just huge. For no reason, just big. Now this big kid might have been a bully in middle school. So he decides when he goes to high school, he wants to continue his bully career. So he finds a small kid, which he thinks is a small kid, but is really a senior. He's going to try to bully this senior, but he don't know that this senior really is a karate instructor, and he knows all kinds of kicks and cut stuff, and he even knows how to break bricks with his pinkies. So, what do you think will happen to this real big tall kid who picks on this small senior? Like Friday. You got knocked out. You know what I mean. So, you're going to see less and less of that as you get older. Physical bullying. Now, this really brings me to the next type of bullying, which this is always really big in middle schools for some reason, is the verbal bullying. Verbal/cyber bullying. Now, kids, did you guys know that words is also considered bullying? Words. To me, words hit harder than a fist. Let me give you an example. You can say something today, November 4th, 2013, to one of your classmates. You can say something so mean, so nasty and negative. You know, one day when they're 80 or 90 years old, they'll remember the mean, nasty thing you said today. Now, by the same token, you can say something meaningful, something powerful, something positive and uplifting, and one day when they're 80 or 90 years old, they'll smile when they think about the nice thing you said or did for them. Now, how would you like to be remembered? By something mean, nasty, and negative, or something powerful and positive? Powerful and positive. Now, words only can do two things. They can either help or hurt. All you got to do is stop and think and try to choose words that's going to help a situation rather than hurt someone. Can I trust you guys to do that? Can I trust you guys to do that? Now, the only difference between a verbal bully and a cyber bully is a little more chicken. They're scared to do it or say things to somebody's face. So they'll get on the computer and they'll sneak and say stuff or say it on Facebook. It's the same thing except they're just using the computer to say it. Now, this brings me to my third type of bully. How many of you guys actually seen somebody being physically bullied before? Physically bullied. How about verbally teasing, saying mean jokes on the bus or in the hallway? How about cyber, on Facebook or anything like that? Now, how many of you guys actually did something about it? The ones who got their hands up, that's good. The ones who put your hands down, I appreciate your honesty. If you see any kind of bullying in any form, and you choose to ignore it, I call you guys the accidental bullies. And basically, there's more accidental bullies than there are any other type of bullies. Because if you see it and you choose to ignore it, you're really helping the bully out. And that's called the accidental bully. Now, I said those three and got those out the way. Now I can talk about the one I really need to talk to you guys about. This next one's real scary. I mean, it's the scariest one of all. And what makes it so scary is like a disease. It's an awful disease. And the sad thing is a lot of kids don't even know that they're infected with this disease. It's called the self-bully. Self-bully. Now, it sounds like it's not that bad, but if you ever said anything like, nobody cares, or I'm not worthless, or you said anything like, the world would be better off without me, or I wish I was never born, or anything like that. If you ever said anything like that, and you really meant it, there's a good chance that you're infected with a self-bully disease. Now, if you don't get yourself cured from that disease, there's a few things that happen. Either you'll hurt someone, you'll hurt yourself, or you can die. Yeah, it's that serious, you can die. Yeah. A lot of self-bullies take themselves out. Yeah. But all is not lost. Don't worry, because I have the cure for all types of bullies, and I'm going to give it to you guys today in the next 5. See how you like that? Cliffhanger. How you like that? The next 5. That's it. Now we can have some fun. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right. I don't like to get too much pressure. I like to, mix it up a little bit. Now we're going to have some fun. Now, the last fun part, we ended with Michael Jackson. You can't bring up the subject of Michael Jackson without bringing up the subject of dancing, because that was one of his greatest talents. Now, I think you guys remember this. For those who don't, I always like to ask this in every school I go to, because they never fail. And I remember this school with a lot of them. But do we by chance, and I know we do, but just by chance, are there any dancers in the house? To the front of the stage as I pick up. Put your hand up. You. No, I'm picking up. Hold on. You. Hold that's it. You, come on. All right, that's it. All right. Now, I gotta give my dancers some instructions. And for the ones that I didn't pick, all of you guys sitting down, I need you guys to do me a favor. Because it only works when you guys point them out to me. But I got this many kids, I'm gonna need about 4 or 5 dancing teachers. I need a dancing teacher. I need some teachers that can dance. And they point at you. That's one, yeah, that's one. I need another one. And they point this orange. 2. Oh, they see you back there. I see you. Come on. Both of you guys. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on, leader. Big guy in the blue. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Could you do me a favor? Give me the house lights because I want everybody to be able to see this. All right, dancers. We're going to have a good time. I need you to clear the room. Let me see. All right, dancers. I got to give my dancers some instructions. Dancers, you're getting ready to do your thing. I don't know what your thing is, but I got a good feeling you're getting ready to do it. But we want a safe and fun thing. So I got some ground rules. First rule of all, I don't want you on this stage here. It's tempting, but don't get up here. Next thing, no backflips, no break dancing, no flipping off the chairs and all that stuff. Now, the only other rule I got, if you're on the dance floor, you gotta dance. And that includes teachers as well. Now, you're gonna hear some sirens. At the end of the sirens, start doing your thing. Alright, better get ready. Here we go.
Every day I'm shuffling, every day I'm shuffling.
Report it. Don't ignore it. Report it. One more time. Don't ignore it. Report it. That is the key. That is the answer. Listen. A lot of kids get hung up on reporting things because they can't tell the difference between reporting something and snitching or tattletale. When people snitch or tattletales, they basically do that to get someone in trouble. When you report something, you usually do that to help someone out. There's a big difference. Let's say you got off your bus today and you noticed that your neighbor's house is on fire. Is it a bad thing to report to the fire department? Or your neighbors get a new puppy named Fluffy, and they accidentally leave Fluffy in a car on a hot summer day with the windows up, and you see Fluffy's in trouble. Is it a bad thing to go knock on the neighbor's door and report to them that they accidentally left Fluffy in the car with the windows up and Fluffy's in trouble? No, it's not. So why is it a bad thing to report to a principal or a teacher that one of your classmates is in trouble? Someone's teasing them or being physically bullied. Why would that be a bad thing? It's not. So, if you don't remember anything else I've said today, please remember this. Don't ignore it. What? Don't ignore it. What? Alright, I'm going to wrap this up. How many minutes I got? Huh? That's it. Guys, I've got a whole lot more. Maybe next time I come, we're going to do a dance or something like that.